FCA specifically for me has been just a great place for me to find fellowship, and just the big passion that I have for athletics and for people has really kind of led me there.
I love being a part of a group that loves the Lord and just really being able to be in fellowship and encourage one another.
So it's a great tool just that God has used in my life to just to help minister to other people on the team.
It's where I came to know Christ. It's where I've met some great coaches that have just changed my life, that loved on me in a way that I had never been loved on before by someone that wasn't in my family.
Coaches in general have a huge impact on their kids, on their athletes. Sometimes I don't think they realize how much they do.
You get to see your coach at their best and at their worst, and it's just such an opportunity to impact kids' lives, especially because you spend so much time with them.
As players, we look up to coaches so much for everything, for guidance, and then for leadership, and then just for overall advice on anything. And any type of advice that they give, you take pretty seriously. And if they can give advice relating, and words relating to what God has to say, I mean, it's very powerful.
Having someone in sports as a role model like that can show their life and be an example of Christ and be an example of Christ's love to everyone around them, and I think that's awesome.
I'll never forget this with my high school coach. I always was like, man, this guy's real cool, but I didn't know what it was until he invited me to go to FCA. And he knew Christ, he knew the love of Christ, and he was sharing that with us. And I didn't know that at the time, but now I realize that, and it's one of the reasons that I really desire to be a coach, because the way he impacted me, I'll never forget.
I've heard this saying that says that we're not meant to be an island, and it's hard to grow on your own unless you have someone that you can relate to and that you can really ask questions and challenge and just see their perspective on certain things. Then you're kind of missing out if you don't get that. And through fellowship and just Bible studies and just getting involved with other people and having relationships, that's what we were meant to be. That's what we were meant to do, to build relationships with other people. And that's how we share the love of Christ with others.
I think one-on-one discipleship is extremely important for just growth and understanding, because I know when I'm trying to read the Bible by myself, there's a whole lot of times where I'm just like, I don't understand this, or but having somebody who's a little bit older, wiser, who's been through it, can say, you know what this really means? This really means this. And you're like, wow, I never even thought about that.
It's just biblical. It's what we're supposed to do. I mean, in Titus 2, it talks about how the older women are supposed to teach the younger women. And meeting with an older, wiser woman that's been through what I've been through and that can relate to me and that can bring some light and that really cares and that prays and that will open up the Word with me and show me things that she's learning and can help bring some clarity into things that I don't understand is just awesome. And it's what God intended, I think, and it's so important to be involved in that discipleship and even to have accountability through that.
I'm going to go to a couple schools and just go up there and share my testimony in front of tons of kids, high school and middle school kids, and just tell them what God's done in my life and how He's changed my life and what He's doing and how what my struggles are, and they can really relate to me, and God just uses that to really hit home with them.
Lots of different campuses, high school and middle school campuses, have FCAs, and so a lot of times they'll call on college kids to come and speak, and I've gotten the opportunity to do that a few times.
There's no limit to what you can do through high school kids, because I mean they have so many opportunities to reach others too, and if you can impact them, I think it's a great opportunity.
It hasn't been easy, but really I've had to figure out that my confidence lies in Christ, and the way that I minister to them, I have to send that message to them, and I have to just be real with them and just let them know what God has done in my life. And it's been an amazing experience to kind of realize that certain things that I've been through in my life, whether they're good or bad, there's a reason for them. And even though at the moment I may not have realized it, I realize it whenever I sit on a porch with a kid and talk to them and tell them, hey, I understand, I've been there, or it's going to be okay and you're going to come out of this and God is going to take care of you.
That's just something that's so neat about FCA, is that the focus that it has on using what God's given you to really glorify Him in everything that you do, just like Colossians 3:23 talks about. And so it's been, FCA has played a huge part in me coming to realize that, hey, I can even use my sport and when I'm out there sweating and working hard to glorify Him.